Hello, how are we all doing? Thanks for joining. I think I've got sound. Have I got sound? I can see my pretty face. Right, who's in the house? Robert Pacino, my good friend. Muddy Paws, Peter Cunnington. Did you see the last week tonight with John Oliver? He was talking about the next pandemic, but he failed to push the idea of going vegan. What a complete waste of time that show was then. No, I'm glad I didn't see that. That would just be infuriating, wouldn't it? Mad. Absolute mad. Blood Hill, I've got to stop getting up. Stop getting there early. I'm going to be hearing this dude in my dreams. Sorry about that. Viggo Mailhead is in the house. He's got his meals planned. Lorraine Eady's in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, this is getting to be a regular thing, sort of at least once over the weekend. I like to come on early and I don't know. I think I'm getting a bit fed up being stuck at home without connection with people. So this is a bit of connection time with you lovely people. And also I noticed that I catch a few of our Australian following. And I think Australia is our third biggest following after... I think it's now UK, US. It used to be US, UK for a while. I think so. UK is our biggest following, US second biggest. Then I think it's the Australian. So it's nice to connect with some of those guys. Lolly, speaking of dreams, I couldn't get that Joey Carbstrong film out of my mind. Yeah, that was brutal, wasn't it? That was so hard to watch. Yeah, how brutal. Yeah, I agree. Can anyone give me any ideas how I can get involved in doing something proactive? Well, you know, I think it's finding like what you good at, what you enjoy. So, you know, some people are good at walking up to people in the street and just giving them the facts, and they can take the aggression and the ridicule and, you know, not let their ego get too involved. Like Earthling Head, he's amazing, isn't he? And I think that's, you know, perhaps very much a learned skill. You know, some people are not cut out to, you know, to advocate. I struggle face to face. If someone is like rude or something, then, you know, I kind of want to sort of lose my temper with them because I can't stand disrespect. So the best use of me is not face to face, or just make veganism look bad. But video, you know, for me, video, I've learned how to do that, and you know, my USP, I guess, is kind of my physique, my workout knowledge, and you know, I've learned all the health stuff. So, you know, I tend to focus on that. And, you know, it can be video, it can be posts, you know, and it's just, it can be something as simple, if you're busy, as just sharing the odd post. Don't share only vegan content and just barrage your whole friend base with that, because everyone will unfollow because they'll get sick of it. But about 1 in 4, 1 in 5 posts, make it a vegan one. In my experience, I think not too many of the traumatic ones. I use those very sparingly because I think that loses you a lot of people oftentimes. Maybe you're a fantastic cook. You know, maybe you can like weave it into your business. You know, for me, I had a vegan PT business for a while, and Gemma did a vegan catering business for a while. Guys, comment below. What are some great ways of advocacy? You find one you like and that you enjoy, and do that, I say. Peter Cunnington kindly donated $5 Canadian. Thank you, my friend. Try to message our government officials to get them to stop supporting the dairy industry to the tune of billions. Yeah, good point. I love how your government did say that dairy is not an essential food group in the last food sort of guidelines. So that's huge. Thank you for your support, my friend. That really helps. Okay. I feel like I want some music on in the background. Can I? Let's go. Music. I've got a copyright-free music app. I guess I can just have that playing quietly in the background, can I? How do I just play through everything? Tell me if this is too loud, guys, and I'll turn it down. Wait till the beat drops. How's that level? Is that all right? I don't know if I can concentrate with it though. We'll see what happens. Maybe I need to turn it down a little bit. 12 a.m. in Canada. What are you doing up that late? You're naughty. Blood Hill, I just saw that. Did you see Paul's cameo? I was so proud. I was watching that film and, you know, I was sad and then I was angry. And then there I was doing something about it. And that felt so bloody good to me. I must say that. What a wonderful man Joey is. What a wonderful, wonderful man. Thanks, Lolly. Yeah, I shed a few tears, Peter, I'll be honest. I shed a few tears. Yeah. I'll tell you, like, I always said that I would not go to a vigil. I always said I wouldn't go to a vigil. I thought it wasn't good content for me, you know, because I focus on the health and sports performance, as I said, and sort of positive stuff. I thought if I show me at a vigil, like, it's going to turn off my my key audience, who I'm trying to target, which, you know, mostly, not that I'm trying to exclude anyone, but I'm trying to show men how you can be, for want of a better phrase, manly and be vegan. And but the first vigil that happened in my area, of course I promoted it so people would go. And then at the last minute, I just felt like, oh, I've been promoting it. Like, how can I, in good consciousness, like not go? And I did go, and I'm glad I did. Because like you were saying, Lolly, like I knew it was bad. I knew what was going on, but it just really brought it home to me. You know, it's there in front of my eyes, and the smell of death in the air from the slaughterhouse. It what smelled like. If you could make evil into a smell, that would be it. I can't describe that smell. It smelled like death and horror. You know, and these animals turned up in the trucks, and I just like locked eyes with this chicken, and I could see that this chicken was beautiful. Like, she was inquisitive, and she was a soul, you know, just like me. And we just had this moment, and then I remembered where she's about to go, and my fists just clenched, and I just wanted to smash everything. But you know, it felt nice that I could have this connection with an animal who was not the same as me. You know, she didn't have arms. You know, she had feathers like covering her skin. But still, I saw that we are the same intrinsically, like inside. And yeah, it just brought it home to me and just lit a fire under. Not that I wasn't working hard already, but I kind of doubled down on my efforts after that. I decided not to go to another one because it doesn't do me to keep looking at these things. Because I think I have a lot more empathy than a lot of people, and a lot more compassion possibly than a lot of people, particularly, you know, guys. And it just affects me too bad. It affects me, and I'm miserable, and yeah, it doesn't do me to keep looking at it. So what I say to a lot of people, because a lot of people burn out, don't they, keep looking at it, and I say focus on the solution, not the problem. You know, and action is the antidote to despair is a phrase, and I really believe that. I really believe that. Peter Cunnington, I'm going to have to come back. This music is kind of giving me a headache. Just a little tip for future reference, Peter. You can always turn it down. I'm being cheeky. I know you're just having fun. Blood Hill. I came close. I think I would have shed a tear. Had not been seen. Land of Hope and Glory. Any of it just drives me nuts. I just think like that could be my consciousness going through that. Right. Morning, Lolly. Oh, we're catching up now. We're catching up. Perfect sound. Timo's in the house. Good to see you. Robin Alice, sorry. Good morning. If you're going to eat 10 different whole foods the rest of your life, which ones would you choose? Kale, definitely, because of all their sulforaphane. Lentils, like a really very nutritious, easy to digest, lots of protein. About the third richest whole food protein source, I think. I might have that wrong. But in terms of sort of volumes that you generally eat, I would say that's probably right. Medjool dates, delicious, loads of good energy. Mango or maybe papaya, or maybe both. I'll go papaya today, and I'll catch me another day. I might go mango. I think I want to say white potatoes, but if I can only eat 10 things, I'm going to go sweet potatoes because they're more nutritious. Flax seeds, chia seeds, so loads of omega-3, anti-cancer lignans in the flax as well. Quinoa, lots of protein, good carb source. Berries for the antioxidants. And one last thing, I'm gonna go Brazil nuts. So I have a good whack of selenium. See, I mean, I do love all those foods. They're all delicious to me, but I often think in terms of nutrients as well. Actually, can I have 11? I would want sunflower seeds in there for the vitamin E. I just gave myself a splinter. What about you guys? What's your favourite whole plant foods? Lorraine Edie, Gemma's in bed. She may be up within the next 45 minutes possibly. I tend to get up between 5 and 6, and Gemma tends to get up about 9. Morgana Callow's in the house. Hello to you. How you doing? I like your avatar there. You've got some blue hair on the go. Very nice. Where in the world are you, Morgana? That is a lovely name. Morgana, I've made my vegan meals for my friends and... I've made vegan meals for my friends and family, and it helped them to... Yeah, warm them up to that. Yeah, exactly. I call that snacktivism. I notice, like in relationships with male-female couples, if the lady is vegan and she happens to do the bulk of the cooking, often the guy goes vegan just by default because we're too lazy to cook our own meals oftentimes. So that's a thing as well. Lorraine, I was on the online discussion with someone basically saying vegans are weak, so I mentioned you and Corinne. Thank you. Feels good to be of service, I'll tell you. Jackie's here, morning to you. How are you doing? Levels are good. Could be a tiny bit louder even. I think I'll leave it there for now because I think if it's any louder, it may distract me too much from what I might not be able to think what I'm trying to say. I'll try a little touch. I like to please my audience. Is it better with a bit of music? Should I have this on when me and Gemma are both streaming? Staines in the house. Good to see you, brother. The weather is so great here. I'm having a vegan barbecue today. Oh, you lucky thing. Weather's horrible here, so I've got like a tropical background just to cheer myself up a bit. Thanks, Lorraine. Bless you. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard. Linz Howard, morning, Hench. Would you ever consider a training camp, a residential week somewhere, training with good vegan eating? Maybe. I feel like I'm sort of done, sort of coaching fitness and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't rule out the idea. Yeah, maybe I would. Yeah, it would just be nice to hang more than anything, to be honest. So yeah, I wouldn't discount that. I mean, some of you guys probably know, but Gemma and I are going into this new business, like probably later this year. Like things are getting a bit protracted with all the COVID and whatever, but it will involve kind of get-togethers and stuff. So maybe, yeah, maybe we'll look at that. Vohan's in the house. Hey, sexy yourself. That's nice. You can come back again. Lolly, I get what you mean. I feel like it physically hurts, so I can't imagine the pain for those animals. Yeah, it's really fire me nice. Been thinking of what to do for so long now. I need to just do something. Yeah, good for you, lovely. It helps. I mean, obviously, the more of us that are doing things, the sooner we'll bring an end to it, and it just helps us to deal with it better, I think. Like I say, focusing on the solution, not the problem. I heard a great quote, yes. I think it was in the film. It was Cosmic Skeptic. I really like this, and this helps me a little bit, actually. Where am I? Here it is. This is not verbatim, but this was the gist of what he was saying. Future generations will define your morality by which side of the animal rights issue you were on, vegan or carnist. That's powerful, isn't it? Future generations will define your morality. So if you were like a good or a bad person, on whether you were vegan or non-vegan. And I think that's right. I really believe that's right. You know, we got duped, didn't we? There was a stage where we had to eat animals to survive, and but then it just became the norm, and it kind of corrupted us. You know, but we all have these mirror neurons. We all know, you know, like Lolly's saying, like she was like, you know, she knows she's sort of, she's saying she feels like it physically hurts, like she's feeling their pain as her own. We've all got that in us, unless we're like a sociopath or psychopath, which is probably more people than you'd care to know about. Yeah, and I think we can have it bred out of us. If we get love, like, you know, I wasn't born in the UK where I am, there's not much in the way of hunting, not for working class people anyway, but say in America where perhaps his son is taken hunting with his dad, and then that's where he learns, he gets love, you know, if he's doing this thing with his dad, and he did it with his dad, and it's just a learned behavior, and I think we can get obviously desensitized, or some of us can, but it's not the natural way, which is why slaughterhouses don't have glass walls and all that. Now this music is just stopped. Why doesn't it just go on to the next track? Or maybe it did 5 there. How do I just carry on playing, please? Genres. Boom. What about if I just start this? Yeah, I think that'll play through all the hip hop now. Do I need to take out vocals? Let's just have instrumentals. There's 2,327 to choose from, so I don't think we'll run out. Okay. Everyone's agreeing, mangoes. Lego Sahasrara. Lego Sahasrara. That is the coolest name I've ever heard. I love that. Well, Bryce Brown, good day from Colorado. Opinion on protein plant milk. Silk brand came out with 2 grams of protein per cup plant milk. That is great. Yeah, it's a great way to get some extra protein in. It's always healthier to eat your foods as whole foods, you know, but like a milk, if it's just the grain or the seed or the legume and water and not too much else, of course oftentimes they bung in loads of synthetic nutrients, salt, you know, sugars, like that's not so good. But you know, for me, you know, for if you eat a lot of whole plant foods and you're doing bodybuilding and you're a bit on the larger side, something like that is a godsend. It's a real godsend. Yeah, I think it's a great product. Lorraine Edie crisps. Crisps are not a whole food, you naughty girl. Vegan Metalhead is going with nori. Good choice. Oh, and I need to eat some nori as well. Mangoes, avocado, asparagus, cucumber, rice. Yeah, good stuff. And Bryce is in Colorado, the middle of the... What are you doing up so late? Naughty. Mark Veganism is in the house. Veganism. Said that weird. Yeah, I've started to do these once or twice over the weekend, kind of as early as I can manage after I've got up and had my breakfast and things. Blue Daisy's in the house. Good to see you. Or have I just gone backwards? I must have missed Blue Daisy before. Sorry about that. Laurie's in the house. Good to see you. A person. What up, Hench? I did shrooms a couple of years ago and it was crazy. I felt so connected to everyone, even people I thought I hated. Yeah, I've never felt anything like it before. Yeah, it just takes away all the nonsense, doesn't it? Great stuff. Lorraine Edie, us ladies are so lucky to have a vegan man. What are the stats? Is it meant to be something stupid like 1 in 9 vegans is male and the other 8 are female? Is that the stat I read? I can't remember. Mark Veganism, Norwich looks nice today. Yeah, the council recently put in some palm trees. Hi Cowboy, you alright darling? Do you want to come and say hello? Yeah, up. Oh, Cowboy's come to see us. Hello. You're a little cutie. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Hello. Hello. Can you hear her? Alright, little cutie. Morgana is in Mississippi. I don't have a partner, so I mostly cook for myself. Makes for a good opportunity to perfect recipes. Yeah, I've done so much more cooking since I've been vegan, trying all the things out. Peter Cunnington, I'm just really glad I don't live in Texas right now. Yeah, I saw, I think it was, I didn't know anything about it because we don't watch TV and stuff, but Robbie Lockie of Plant-Based News shared a interior of a house with mad icicles coming from the fan, you know, like where the lights are. Wow, was it like down to -18 in places? That's mental. Well, this music's quite epic, isn't it? How's the music levels? Is that all right? Peter Cunnington, I really hope I can fly to the UK this summer. Nice. We've got, at the end of, or in August is the camp out, isn't it, if it's COVID allowing. Thanks, Lolly. Yeah, it is a really exciting, multi-pronged, multifaceted business that we're getting involved with. It's really going to be some next level stuff, but it's all been sort of, it's all ground to a halt at the minute, so it's frustrating me. Bloodhill, Cosmic Skeptic is killing it lately. He sure is. You should get him a workout routine. It's been well, I don't know. You shouldn't really decide for people, but I just think people like Earthling Ed and Cosmic Skeptic, I think they're so cerebral, like they need to do so much brain-based stuff. Maybe they just don't have the capacity, you know, and if they've not got the desire to work out, you know, I guess you can't force it on them really, but yeah, I know what you mean. I sort of look at Earthling Ed and I think I should probably spend ages, you know, getting a bit more cerebral, you know, like learning all the arguments, you know, because you know, I'm good on health and fitness, but ethics, environment, you know, I just don't know the half of it, and they're just really skilled debaters as well, and that's not a skill I've learned either. And I think, oh, I should really do that. But then I think, well, wait a minute, play to your strengths. Like, as good as Earthling Ed is, he will not persuade a meathead bodybuilder to be vegan. He just won't. You know, whereas I may do, you know. I had a chat with a reigning Mr. Universe, Barney Duplessis, in 2015, and he went vegan. So, yeah, play to your strengths, I say. Play to your strengths. And stay in your lane a bit as well, maybe. I don't know. Twisted Hippies in the house. Good to see you. Why do I keep missing people? That's frustrating me. Right. Blue Daisy, it's warmed up all the way down to 0 today. All the way up to 0 today. So I didn't even wear a coat outside. Last week our lowest hit. -54 Celsius. I didn't even know that's a thing. Is that a typo or? That sounds dangerous. Lorraine, please check out Tom Regan if you haven't already. My favourite video of him is talking about an interview in North Carolina, is that? And see, such an incredible guy. Or send it to. Yeah, please do. Yeah, I don't know him. Lego, what's your thoughts on the COVID jab / vax vegan aspect? And as a vegan, stop using disease by not causing this disease. let me just unpack this. What's your thoughts on the COVID jab aspect? So my understanding of the Pfizer vaccine, and probably all the vaccines, because they've been like rushed through, my understanding is that they're the first vaccines in history to have skipped the animal testing stage. So apparently they're vegan from that perspective. The UK government on their website says that the Pfizer vaccine doesn't contain animal-derived ingredients. However, is there like... So I think technically they are vegan if this is all true. But there's some cells which were, I think they've carried on from like the 60s or something, from like aborted fetuses. I think there was 2 fetuses or something, and they've basically cultured the cells, and they've carried them on. So there is sort of vaguely animal derived. I don't really understand the science, to be honest, but I guess that is. I mean, humans are animals, and like, I don't know. But my understanding is, I don't even know. Do with that what you will. I don't even know. It just does my head in. And as a vegan, stopping to yeah, something like 75% of emerging infectious diseases are because of animal agriculture, aren't they? Because of hunting, because we're messing with animals. Whereas historically, we wouldn't have had a horse like sneezing in our face or things like that. So common cold, flu, loads of these things that we suffer from, we might not even have by now had we not messed around with animals like a load of bullies. So serves us right, really. Nice, Peter. Nice. Sun shields skews. Can I live off of green smoothies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? I hate eating vegetables. Smoothies are fine. You actually sometimes get more nutrition through a smoothie because the high-speed blender will rip apart more of the cell walls, like the cell. We can't digest cellulose. So when we masticate stuff, we release some of the, a lot of the nutrients, but sometimes up to twice the nutrition, depending on what it is you're talking about, can be released by whizzing things up in a blender. However, oh, do you mean like a green smoothie with your food? Because obviously you want to eat the range of whole plant foods, which is anything I'm going to say. But yeah, blended is absolutely fine. Blue Daisy, I grew up hunting and fishing. I never learned to enjoy it. So I happen to be vegan 4.5 years now. Nice. Bryce, love the channel, Hench. Logging off, keep doing the good work, brother. Thank you, my friend. Have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out. Sunshine Skews, how much vitamin D3 should I take daily? Should I take 4,000 IUs? Really, you should dose off of blood work. However, for an average adult, around half of that is gonna probably be about right. But ideally, you dose off of blood work. For me, I think because I'm larger, I do actually need nearer the 4,000 to be optimal. But 2,000 is usual. Thanks, guys. Peace Angels in the house. Oh. Yeah, Cowboy's always chatty. Ilani's in the house. Peace Angel, people were cooking snow to get water in Texas. Wow, that's mad, isn't it? Oh, you're enjoying the music? That's good. Vegan metalhead, fine, and I can deal with very cold. I have camped in 10 degrees Fahrenheit weather. I don't know what that is in UK money, but it sounds cold. It sounds cold. I've been doing the cold showers, well, I say every morning, nearly every morning. Get me going. I love them. I really love them. They really wake you up. And it resets your, so I guess what you're saying, vegan metalhead, like you kind of get used to the cold. I think we've become very, we've turned into a planet of wimps, really, because, you know, with central heating, with air conditioning, we're never exposed to kind of temperature extremes. But doing these cold showers, if I get caught out, like the other day, or not the other day, fairly recently, I was walking along and somehow I got a real ice cold load of water like went down my neck from this gutter, like some real freak weird thing happened, and I just had this jolt of freezing ice cold water down my spine, and ordinarily I would have jumped out of my skin and I'd have been really uncomfortable. It didn't faze me, it didn't bother. Is that the best you can do? And yeah, you do reset your kind of set point. You change your set point and you can put up with more. Tattooed vegans off for their 10k run. Don't feel like it today. Have a cold shower quickly. 2 or 3 minutes in an ice cold shower. It's like 4 espressos, I'll tell you, but with no come down. What? Is that actually a thing? Wow. Yes, it is dangerous. Coldest I've experienced in my life, minus 61. You literally can't be outside for more than 2 minutes because your lungs will freeze. Wow. Omar H, any workout tips for getting a bigger bum? Well, I suppose the easiest way to get a bigger bum is to overeat and not exercise, but it'll be the wrong sort of tone that you're after, I'm imagining. So, yeah, to grow your glutes, really, is squats and things are quite good. I think you should do some sort of knee flexion type stuff. So squats, lunges. You want to be sitting back on your heels though. You want really good exercise form. So you want good plantar flexion in your ankles. So with your heel on the floor, imagine pulling your toes upwards. You want really good flexibility that way. And if you haven't got that, the load will go more forwards and you'll put more stress through your knees and your quads than your glutes. So you need to learn good exercise form. You want to be very upright when you're squatting, and you want to sit back as though you're sitting on a chair behind you. You don't want your knees to go forwards of your toes, basically. You either work with a trainer for a while or set up a video from side on so you can check your exercise form, make sure you're doing that well. And if you work on your plantar flexion, if you need to, like, you know, lots of stretching for that. You can just get off the edge of a step and let your heel go past and just really accentuate that stretch. Or you can do like bent legged, so you work more the soleus and sort of leaning into a wall or something. So you're stretching your calf basically. So you want to do knee flexion stuff, and that's also like Bulgarian split squats, goblet squats, anything like that. And then also you want to do hip kind of hip extension work for the glutes. Possibly the best exercise might be hip thrusters, you know, where you have a barbell across your waist and your shoulders are on a bench, or you can get dedicated machines as well, but you want a pad or a towel on the bar and you're pushing your bum up in the air and really overload that. You basically want to get really strong. I wouldn't go for like mad reps, like you can get kind of fitter, but the glutes wouldn't grow so much. But if you go heavy and you do it, all different rep ranges work, but for ease, for quickness and efficiency, I'd say like sort of 6 to 12 reps, as heavy as you can, and week on week, try to get that little bit stronger. If you're lean, you want to be eating in a caloric surplus with at least, well, with about 1.6 grams of protein per kilo of leanish body weight. If you're doing a recomp, if you've got some fat to lose, you could maybe eat around maintenance calories so your body weight doesn't change. But hopefully in that way you can build some muscle and burn some fat. And in that case, you want your protein to actually be higher. You want that nearer 2 grams of protein per kilo of leanish body weight. Speaking of protein, I'll just have a quick sip. Oh, I thought I'd put this on instrumental. It is on instrumental. This is not instrumental. What are you doing? That's weird. You can shut up. There we go. Oh yeah, Romanian deadlift would be very good as well. Any deadlifts, but Romanian particularly, because that puts more of the load through the glutes. Yeah, I'll go Romanian deadlifts. That butt blaster thing, kickbacks, they're a bit naff. You can throw them on the end if you want as sort of a burnout, but I would really get at least a couple of squat or lunge type movements. Hip thrusters, stiff-legged, or not stiff-legged deadlift because you can hurt your knee tendons, but Romanian deadlift. So you leave your legs straighter and it's more of a hip hinge, and again that just loads the glutes better. So that's what and you can do a little bit of adduction work as well. So side onto a cable machine, you got like an ankle cuff and you lift your leg out to the side, so that works like the glute medius. You got those clams, you know, where you're laying on your side, that sort of thing, because that will work your the bubble butt, the glute medius. What else? Yeah, you could actually you could use an exercise band around the knees for things like squats and hip thrusters, and again that will activate the glute medius and give you more of a rounded bubble butt if that's what you're after. Oh, Joe's here. So you could have given all that advice, Joe. I've kind of forgotten it, I feel like. How you doing, Joe? Nice to see you, my darling. Lorraine, have you come across the butcher Matt on Instagram? He's an awful person and loves to mock vegans. Nah, I sort of steer clear of sort of stress on Instagram. I suppose I'm more in the creation side of things rather than ingesting, and if I get any trolls on there, I just block them straight away and just don't engage personally. Minus 12 in the UK. Minus 12? I don't think it's minus 12 here anyway. Thank God. Lorraine Edie, cold showers. We live in a 1920s, 30s property and don't have any double glazing or central heating. Yeah, you might not warm up again. Lolly doesn't fancy ice cold shower, but do you think it's good for you? I've heard it's good for your immune function as well. Immune function. And some people reckon that they can work their way out of depression with cold therapy and meditation and things. Yeah, I think like Wim Hof. Oh, breath work is what I was going to say. Sunshield Scoos. Is there a green smoothie that could cover all my micronutrients to 100%? I want all my vitamins and minerals covered to be optimal and to cover all my protein and carbs and fluids. I mean, you can just get all the foods you need to eat and blend them, I suppose, but I can't imagine it would taste very nice. What could you do? Like a white bean, so that's your legume. Say like some oats, there's your grain. Yeah, some greens. Yeah, flax and or chia. Berries. Yeah, you probably could do it, really. It probably wouldn't be too bad. Some dates in there to make it sweet. Yeah, you could probably just go in that way. Or just get on the chronometer app, plug the foods in and just see your levels of your micros all whacking up. But yeah, that would be very doable, actually. It would be very doable. I don't know that it would be the most delicious smoothie ever, but it would taste all right if you get enough like sweet fruit in there. I don't like this track very much, do you? Do one. There we go. How 108. Have you seen Dr. Gregor's report on the strength benefits of fenugreek? No. I think I remember that from back in the day. Is that meant to be like a testosterone booster, apparently? Also, thoughts on posting clips from your workouts as part of regular content. See my latest video. See my latest video is all I can say to that one. And the previous video, actually. The last two videos of vlogs I did, what I eat in a days, had my workouts in them. Fenugreek. Let me just have a look. I'm sure I would have seen it. Is it from a while ago? Or I think that's from a while ago, isn't it? I don't think that's new. Unless there's been a newer one. Or fenugreek. Oh yeah, it's 8 years ago. Yeah, I will have seen it, but probably 8 years ago, because I can't remember it. Oh, fenugreek appears to significantly improve muscle strength. What? My understanding was that anything which does act as a test booster, if it clinically had any real world results, would tend to become like banned straight away and then become like a prescription only sort of thing. Oh, in vitro. Oh, anti-cancer in vitro. Yeah. The spiced fenugreek appears to significantly improve muscle strength and weightlifting power output while possessing anti-cancer properties in vitro. So we don't know if the anti-cancer works in humans or not, but in a petri dish it did. I think vitro means glass, does it? Somebody should help me. I'll give that another watch. That's interesting. Morgana, I suffer from chronic fatigue and need to work out more. What would be best for me besides walking and stretches at home? I'm sorry to hear that you're suffering. That really sucks. And I went through chronic fatigue for a while, like years ago, and Gemma also. All three of us have suffered with that at some point. You're very limited. You don't want to do anything too hard, basically. On days where you feel all right, you might get away with some light. You don't want to do HIIT training. You want to do more like aerobic training. So your typical sort of jogging and things like that. Maybe you could do kind of limited bodybuilding type sort of workout. That don't ought to be too bad if you don't do too much volume, but you would really have to go by how you feel. And I think oftentimes it would be like 2 steps forwards, 1 step back for you while you're healing. And in terms of chronic fatigue, oftentimes you want to kind of de-stress, so you don't want to put too much extra stress. You don't want to do a load more exercise, and just like toxic relationships, stimulants, you want to just no stimulants really. Try to ditch any toxic relationships that you can help, or sometimes it's a work like making us stressed, but we have to work, but it's just trying to get rid of as much stress as you can, really making sure you're getting your sleep, meditation, things like that. Can be like past traumas as well, like affecting us like mentally, which then affects us physically. It actually manifests in the body. So I think like working with counsellors and stuff, or doing like your own sort of Gemma does like what's called shadow work and inner child therapy. That's helped her a hell of a lot with her chronic fatigue actually. But in terms of exercise, light cardio and potentially like a little lifting. I would just pick 2 or 3 lifts and just every other day, and just try and get a little bit stronger, like if, as and when you can. But don't don't push it though. Really don't push it. And if you're new, hi lovely. She's quite naked. So that's why I got sidetracked there and started laughing. Forgot what I was going to say now. That was awkward. What was I saying? Oh yeah, just nutritionally, make sure you're getting all your nutrients in. Like a lot of illness and things that we sort of call like old age as well. I'm not saying that this is for you, but for for older people, a lot of these things are just poor nutrition over time. So if people are getting no iodine, like no seaweed or or a supplement or iodine in there, we don't even have salt, iodized salt in the UK. So then you're not going to have enough thyroid hormones to give you energy and things. So yeah, I would say if you've not already, take a real close look at your nutrition, get on Chronometer, plug in all your foods, make sure you're getting all your vitamins, all your minerals, your essential fatty acids, particularly pay attention to omega-3, but iodine, yeah, seaweed, selenium as well, selenium for your thyroid function. Maybe you just need to add in a Brazil nut, and for a lot of people that might mean the difference between being fatigued and feeling amazing. You'll be surprised. Blue Daisy, Hench, have you heard of the emotional freedom technique? Yes, I have. Yeah, I have heard of that. I understand it's good. It's not something I've got any experience with, but yeah, I hear it's good. Yeah, all these free therapies that can make us feel amazing. It's good, isn't it? Peter Cunnington, it's harder to stay fit now with all the gyms closed. Yes and no. Well, I mean, I can't train all my muscles in the way I'd like, so probably losing a bit of size in from certain angles. But in terms of staying fit, I've added in hill sprints on my bike, so I'm probably fitter than I've been in years. So I've been doing 3 times a week. I do 5, or do I do 6? I do 6 sets of hill sprints now, as hard as I can. So I basically do a big circuit on my bike just to warm up, like more of an aerobic workout, get heart and lungs working, warm up my joints. And then I sprint up this hill on my bike as hard as I can. And then I slowly come down and I'll go around a little block. And then as I get to the corner, and then I smash it up the hill again. I do that 6 times. And then one day I decided, no, I don't want to do sprints today. I want to go for a long bike ride. And where my legs used to get tired, particularly going up hills, they were fresh the whole time. I was cycling for an hour and my legs were fresh. And normally they burnt out at points and really struggling. And it was like a slog and a chore. Not anymore. So my legs have got more stamina. And I dare say my heart and lungs are fitter, like a lot fitter. So, there's ways and means, isn't there? But I know what you're saying, Peter. Is when you've got the camaraderie, you've got the gym atmosphere, you've got a good range of equipment, it's more interesting. I think from that perspective, it's easier to stay fit. I kind of get that. But yeah, I found hill sprints. I found that I really enjoy them. It's over and done. I mean, I do my warm-up. So that's about 15 minutes. Probably don't need to do as long as that, but I enjoy it. I do a little warm-up. And then the actual work itself, I'm going for about 25 seconds hard. And then probably say 1.5 minutes per round with the actual round and then the rest. So 1.5 minutes, so 6. So maybe 9 minutes of working out. Maybe actually 9 minutes of work. And I do that 3 times a week. And yeah, I'm fitter. I feel amazing actually. Good morning, Kim Glover. How are you doing, my lovely? Thanks for joining. Good to see you as always. Sunshield Scoose, does soy give man boobs? I don't know. Do I look like I've got boobies? I've had a lot of soy. There's your answer. No, the dairy industry started off with that nonsense. So phytoestrogen, so plant mimics of soy are 1/10,000th the strength of mammalian estrogen. And in fact, what they do is they fit the same receptors. Now there's A and B alpha and beta receptors. I forget which is which, but one of the receptors causes because estrogen is both positive and negative in the body, depending on what you're talking about. So it can strengthen bones, but it can raise your risk for like prostate cancer or breast cancer. But yeah, so phytoestrogens, such as you get in soy, which is a bean, by the way. Beans are like the second healthiest thing you can ingest on the planet. So they fit the same receptors. In the negative receptor, where you get the bad result, the cancer elevation, it fits the receptor, but like I say, it's 1/10,000th of the strength, and it doesn't actually. If you look at the countries with the most whole soy consumption, they actually have the least estrogen-dependent cancers, because as I say, it's 1/10,000th of the strength, so it actually blocks mammalian estrogen from docking, so that's a good thing. However, on the other receptors, where you get the positive benefit, it is shown to activate those for some reason. So you do get the bone strengthening from the soy, like isoflavones, I think they're called. This music's a bit off-putting. It's a bit more cheery than I'm used to. I don't like it. That's more like it. But yeah, so yeah, soy doesn't give you mambo. So that is propaganda started by the dairy industry. Now, talk about projection. So at any given time, I think it's something like, it's a large percentage of dairy cows at any given time are pregnant. I think it's 70% of them are pregnant at any given time. And of course, cows, being mammals, have mammalian estrogen in them. So it's going to be in their fluids. When they're pregnant, the estrogen goes through the roof. So if you want man boobs, have dairy. Like that's terrible for estrogen. So yeah, pot kettle springs to mind, and yeah, it's absolute nonsense. Lorraine Eady, what do you think of Derek Sarno? Such a lovely guy. Sadly, he lost his girlfriend in a head-on collision. Oh no. What was that, recently or? Poor bugger. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about him. I love what he's doing, I'll say that. I love what he's doing in the world. Bless him. Yeah, that's hideous. Yeah, I can't imagine that. It's horrendous. Bless him. The vegan metalhead, an antidepressant naturally for me is giving to community box sponsored by my church that has free supplies for those in need. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Acts of service for others. Yeah, it is a huge antidepressant. Oftentimes, like depression, like we're sort of engulfed in our own feelings and we're just concentrating on ourselves. Not for any bad reason. Like that's just human nature. Like we want to survive and be well and happy, and we get consumed by our depression. But then if we go outward and try to do good for others, particularly those that are in a bad place, we then see, oh, actually, I've not got it so bad. I have got a roof over my head. I have got some food. I have got people who love me, or whichever of those things you happen to have, and this person hasn't. And just being of service, yeah, it can get us out of our depression. No, that's a real good point, Vegan Metalhead. I love that. Okay, right, I'll be going for an hour and 12. I only meant to do an hour. I've had a lot of fun with you guys today. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on our toast. We'll be back Monday, 6 p.m. GMT. So tomorrow night, me and Gemma. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you all very soon. Good night.